I want to share some information with you about YouTube that you may not be familiar with. All staff members in our system, once you've signed up for a Google Classroom teacher account, has unrestricted access to YouTube. And this is one of the provisions we have in place because if you're not a teacher or signed up for a Google Classroom teacher account, you have restricted access to YouTube, and so a lot of the filtering that's in place by YouTube will be applied to you. But if you have that teacher or Google Classroom account, make sure you are signed in to YouTube to have that unrestricted access, and you can tell that by in this upper corner you should see your picture or your icon and not the sign in button. Knowing that you're signed in and you have unrestricted access, that means you can pretty much click on anything and you can watch it with unrestricted access. But notice here it says video not approved for gscs.org. That means this video was not approved basically for students. They can't watch this. Here's what everyone needs to be aware of. Just because you watch it doesn't mean you need to approve it if it's not something that we want kindergarten through 12th grade to be able to have access to. Now on the other side of that, as a Google administrator, I do get to see all of the videos that have been marked approved in our system for kindergarten through 12th grade, and also the person over on this side that approved it and when they approved it. Sometimes I scroll through and I see things like this. This is a gamer video.
Introduction, guys. Welcome, Chica. And here we go, the door is opening. Oh.
Gaming videos are really not something we want students to be watching during the day. So even though this one has been approved by a teacher in our system, I'm going to remove it because again, it's not something we want students to have access to. You may enjoy watching it. That doesn't mean you have to approve it. Also looking through, we can see that a lot of you enjoy listening to music throughout the day. Keep in mind, streaming music throughout the day is one of the things that eats up the bandwidth for everybody else. That's always a concern. But also, every now and then we'll come across, hey, this is a full song, uncensored, explicit. So sometimes I'll check it out. Basically with the language in that, I know that's not something I want kindergarten through 12th grade to be able to have access to during the school day on our network. So again, I'll remove that. And this is one of the cases where I would contact the teacher and the principal on the same email. And just a reminder that please do not mark it approved for all of our students in our system. So I would go through and remove that. Keep scrolling down. Sometimes I come across things like this. A movie, Home Alone 2, full movie. Baby's Day Out, full movie. Daddy Daycare, full movie. How to watch new release and in-theater movies. Poker tournament. Again, just because you watch it doesn't mean you have to mark it approved, because if you approve it, that means that anybody, kindergarten through 12th grade, those students will have access to it. If it's an ongoing situation where you're continuously approving stuff that's not appropriate for students, then I would contact you and your principal just to have that support to remind you if you're watching this for some reason during the day, and it has a timestamp of the date. So this was approved at May 26th at 9:23 a.m. May 26th is a Thursday. The only way I can remove that privilege from you is to remove your access to the teacher side of Google Classroom. If you're not a teacher and you're in that group of approved users for Teacher Classroom, I would definitely remove your access. If you are a teacher, then that's when I need your administrator support to help remind you of what you should be doing, because I also need you still having teacher access to Teacher Classroom to help you facilitate instruction in your classroom in our learning management system. So again, just an update about some of the policies and expectations here in Griffin-Spalding County Schools.